It's great to be here, and I've been practicing to speak at the speed of Daniel, but I don't think I've achieved that speed yet. I want to tell you a little bit of a story of XPRIZE, but I can't tell the story without telling my story because it's a big part of my life. That's why I'm the CEO now. I was born a long, long time ago in a country far, far away in Iran, and I actually fell in love with the night skies. I wanted to go to space because I was curious. I wanted to learn more about what's out there, and I even drew this picture and I showed it to everyone around my household, told them I'm going to go to space. They didn't believe me, but I wanted to make sure that I'm always right. So because of that, I had to actually do it in 2006, and it's a whole story that we don't have time for. But I'm showing this because to demonstrate how powerful this unique gift it is that we have, the power of imagination. And a lot of the innovation that you all are working on comes from just conceptualizing, imagining something that's not there, and we're trying at XPRIZE to push that boundary even further. So when you imagine, we want you to imagine big things and have audacious goals. I watched Star Trek growing up. I thought that by the time I grow up, I can actually go to Starfleet Academy, fly on a Starship Enterprise and explore the world. But when I came here, I realized that there is no such thing. Nothing has moved since early days of space program. And I was fortunate enough, after building a few successful tech companies, to meet Peter Diamandis, who had just announced a competition inspired by Charles Lindbergh, and how that competition opened up the aviation industry. And we wanted to do the same thing for space and bring the cost of access to space down for people to be able to go to space, but also to be able to move industries and build industries in space. 26 teams competed, $10 million competition, brought in $100 million by the teams, 10x, to win the competition, and was very successful. 2004, Mojave Air and Space won the prize, and Spaceship One, which is the design that won the prize, is now in Air and Space Museum, next to Spirit of St. Louis, Charles Lindbergh's plane. And the design was commercialized by Richard Branson to Virgin Galactic. They went public in 2019. But during the 10 years from the announcement to winning of the prize, we actually pushed a lot of change in the mindset of people who never thought possible for commercial entities to be able to go to space. They thought only governments can do these types of large-scale activities, and also change policies. And policy change is very important because it enabled this whole new industry to be created and new companies to come online. And when you look at this chart, you can see clearly that we've achieved our objective. This is showing how, during the time that the prize was launched, the cost of taking 1 kilogram of mass to low Earth orbit was about just under $30,000 per kilogram. And now it's coming down to be tens of dollars per kilogram. That's a huge drop in cost. And this is a curve that was a prediction curve, but with just Starlink, that right now it's going to be launching in 2024, they're already breaking the knee of that curve, and it will just go down faster. Well, why do we care about this? Because this allows for whole new industries to be created in space, and that's what's exciting to me. And this is what we try to do at every point, every prize that we launch with XPRIZE. So let me share a quick video on what XPRIZE is all about.
The XPRIZE Foundation runs incredible large-scale competitions around the world that set very clear, measurable, objective goals. The first person to build, demonstrate this capability wins the prize money, and the world gets the benefits.
Anousheh Ansari is the CEO of XPRIZE, which sponsors competitions to solve the world's challenges.
competitions and prizes can actually bring innovation to solve not just any problem, but really big, challenging problems.
I think we're about setting a high bar. You want to set a goal for people that's inspiring, but it's also hard.
When we're designing an XPRIZE, we're looking for something that is audacious and achievable.
Goals that are far beyond where the industry is.
Problems that the markets have failed to solve.
To help people really dig into their imaginations. Creativity is everywhere.
We don't care who you are or where you come from. If you're able to accomplish this task, you win, and that's it.
1,000 years ago, it was only the kings and queens who could do anything on a national or regional level. Today, it's all of us. Anyone who's truly passionate, driven by a massively transformative purpose, can go and make a change in the world.
We are leveraging the genius of people from all over the world.
The tinkers, the entrepreneurs, the engineers.
People who are not satisfied with the way things are and know that it can be better.
It's all around hopefulness. It's all about collaboration.
Prizes are not about competition, they're about impact. And there is no better and more powerful tool to do it, in our opinion, than a prize itself.
I've seen things go from a paper plane to an actual spaceship.
We've seen private spaceflight revolution.
$300 million invested in the lunar economy. Over 10 million kids integrated into STEM education.
Technology that increased the rate of cleaning up oil spills.
Technology to help keep people safe.
To make sure everyone is healthy.
Feeding people, educating people, cleaning the air, exploring the oceans or space. We're changing what people believe is possible.
We want to have an ideal future, and it's up to us to build it.
So no matter what challenge you want to solve, join us on this journey. Just don't be satisfied doing nothing.
So our mission is essentially to incentivize and accelerate breakthroughs to create an equitable abundance world for everyone. And we do our work in 7 domains. Health is a very active domain. We actually have a very exciting competition in increasing the healthy lifespan of human beings across the globe. And that hopefully will be announced in few months. And we'll be able to tell you more about it. But we do a lot of work in climate and energy and biodiversity. We have some of our teams here that I will introduce to you later. But any of these areas, and as you can see, a lot of the technologies are accelerating fast and bringing things together. These are 3 of our active prizes right now, very diverse in climate and energy, carbon, biodiversity, in looking at rainforest and biodiversity there, and alternative protein, which is something we need in order to keep up with our demand as we grow the population. We've done a study, and we've launched close to $300 million worth of prizes, and we've shown that on the average we have 19 times return if we look at the size of the prize purse against how much money is invested in the teams to win the prize. So we really accelerate also capital going toward these types of innovation. Daniel talked about Pandemic and Health Alliance. It was an effort that we launched very quickly during the pandemic. Our hands were tied. We couldn't do anything, but we figured let's use our power of convening and bring people together. It was very successful, and we were able to bring over 800 people, launch 6 prizes, and a lot of projects, even outside of XPRIZE, came out of this convening, and we continue to do these convenings with our brain trust. You've seen a lot of talk this past few days about how different technologies have come about. And what makes us exciting is that we live in a very interesting time. In our lifetime, we will see a lot of technological changes coming on board, and also adopted much faster than ever before. And that's why these types of technologies, I think, will be interesting for the domains that you're all working in. I wanted to just point out a few that we've been looking at closely as the future of health is being considered. The realm of digital and physical are are blurring and coming together. This is an example of where you have a separation of physical and digital, and you have technologies that can help people take care of their loved ones and people who need help, restore capabilities that we may have lost through externalities, or implants that will actually, in this case, allow someone who has never been able to see before be able to see with an artificial retina. We've seen how brain-computer interface has restored capability where people can control prosthetics with their brain thoughts, and just recently going a little bit further, having a monkey play Pong for the first time, not even knowing what they're doing. We've seen how we've been using space, which is a favorite subject of mine, being able to actually develop and print organs in space and be able to use the microgravity of the environment of space to do these very delicate, actually, organs. And how, CRISPR and advancement in genome has allowed us to look at eradicating some basic health issues since, before even an embryo is formed. But these things can also be taken in a different direction, whether it's to be used for military and purposes, or to do things like customizing a baby, or even in future, as we look further, perhaps giving humans capabilities we've never had. As we go to space, for example, we're thinking about how can we make human body more resilient to be able to sustain the harsh environment of space. So these lines are being blurred more and more, and the questions that we need to ask ourselves are becoming more difficult, and we need to have the courage to ask those questions, those hard questions, and seek the truth and different perspectives on the answers that we may have. So that's something that we emphasize in our work at XPRIZE. We have a few of our teams here. I want to invite them to maybe come on stage. There are two who are actually in the room, I think. Yes. So there are 4 teams in the Innovation Lab. I encourage you to go visit them. The reason I want you to hear from them is because they are our heroes, and all of our impact and work is done through them. They represent 2 of our competitions. One is Rapid Reskilling, Alelo, and then Susan is representing a team that was part of our Avatar competition. So a minute, maybe.
Sure. So
I don't have a mic.
I'll just speak loudly. So
Sorry.
I'm Louis Johnson. This is Haka. We're from Team Alelo. And we use conversational AI technology to rapidly train people in new occupations, using avatars that can role play patients, caregivers, even Socratic tutors. In the XPRIZE competition, we showed that we could take disadvantaged trainees, we could train them in half the time, achieve double the retention rates, and place them in well-paying jobs. And we now are opening up our platform so that any of you could create avatar-based learning content in your discipline.
Thank you. Susan.
Thanks,
Hey,
Anousheh.
we have 2 of our others.
Thanks. So I am Susan Jewell. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Avatar Medic, and we are actually developing telepresence, telerobotic avatars. In this case, it's surgeons or medical experts that can, quote unquote, teleport to remote, austere environments like, battlefields, including space and disaster areas, and do real-time intervention with the on-site rescue team. So we came out of the $10 million ANA Avatar XPRIZE challenge competition. We were one of the semi-finalists. But now we had to withdraw because we actually got a huge grant from the DoD to develop medical XR training for combat medics. So this is a real application. It will happen. And I'm with Anousheh. I'm totally about space medicine as well. So one day you can see this actually applying to save astronaut lives on a planet's surface.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Asma Mirza. I'm the CEO of Steradian Technologies, and we came out of the rapid COVID testing competition. When we applied to the testing competition, it was, I guess I should tell you what we do. We've created a breath-based diagnostic that can not only detect COVID in breath within 30 seconds, but after winning XPRIZE, we were able to expand it to common cold, influenza, and now we're working with RSV and rhinoviruses. But when we applied to XPRIZE, we were really small. We weren't really sure if anyone would take a bet on us, but winning XPRIZE actually promoted us a lot, and we ended up getting 2 grants from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So I will always owe the traction that we make and the disruption that we do in the diagnostic industry to XPRIZE.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Dose. I am CEO and co-founder of AU Genomics. I'm also part of the rapid COVID testing competition, which was aimed at creating access for COVID testing in communities that didn't have the ability to get COVID testing done. And so after winning that, actually in that same breath, was where I created my company, which we do next generation sequencing, and the goal for that is to create access for other companies, other startups, other biotech companies with innovators and visionaries that are doing important work, so that they can get next generation sequencing cheaper. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So please go visit them, learn more about the companies. We're proud of them and proud of the work we're doing at XPRIZE. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Anousheh. So I'm lucky to help lead up the visioneering process from the healthcare division. So we're still coming up with new XPRIZes. We have some of our brain trusts from Mesh Raskar, Lee Sanders, Amr Inam, and others here. So if you have ideas for things that are audacious but achievable in healthcare, reach out to me, reach out to Anousheh.
Yes, please.
And to get involved in XPRIZE in general, how do they best do that?
So connect with any one of us. I think Jason is here, so and Francis may be also in the room. So come see any one of us, join our brain trust, compete in our competitions. We're going to be announcing this. Sign up on our newsletter so you will get the latest about our prizes. And we're looking for partners, brain trust members, and teams who compete, and funders. So anything you can do to help us in achieving our mission of building a equitable world of abundance for all, we would appreciate it.
Great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Anousheh.